As part of our personal injury practice here at Malloy Law Offices, we see a lot of injured parties that have suffered traumatic brain injuries, also known as TBI, or brain injuries. And we see this a lot because it happens a lot in car accident cases. Colliding at a high speed, the people inside the car oftentimes hit their head on something inside the car. Headrest, steering wheel, airbags deploy, and it invariably causes traumatic brain injuries or TBI. These can be tricky to prove in court, and it's a source of frustration for clients and plaintiffs' personal injury attorneys because traumatic brain injuries can really negatively affect somebody's life. Cognitive problems, headaches, difficulty concentrating, difficulty with speech, mood changes. There's all sorts of ways that traumatic brain injuries manifest themselves. Sometimes it can be very serious, prevent somebody from working, ruin their relationships with family members and loved ones. It really can affect their quality of life. A lot of times these traumatic brain injuries will show up on an MRI or some other type of objective tests, but sometimes they don't show up, like an x-ray with a broken bone. Say, there's the broken bone. You can't always have that, or you won't always have that with a traumatic brain injury. That's where it becomes tricky to demonstrate to a jury or the insurance company that your client has suffered a traumatic brain injury. So you need to have the right types of medical evidence, the right types of doctors, a neurologist, neurosurgeon, a neuropsychologist, to be able to testify to the jury about the injury suffered by your client, why it may not show up readily on an MRI or some kind of objective test, and what it means to your client, what it means to suffer from a traumatic brain injury. If you're wondering about it, you want more information about personal injury cases and traumatic brain injuries, you can find information on our blog. Feel free to call our office. You can talk to a lawyer. It's always free. When you're talking to your attorney early on about the case and you've suffered a traumatic brain injury, you really need to let them know, here's what happened to me in the accident, the slip and fall, trip and fall, workplace accident, auto accident. Talk with your lawyer about how they're going to come up with the medical evidence to prove the traumatic brain injury.